Let's dive into this. Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a multi-million-dollar origin story that honestly sounds like it was ripped straight out of a Hollywood script. We're looking at a globally recognized brand that wasn't born in a boardroom with some careful business plan, but out of sheer, unadulterated spite. Yep, we're talking about the Lamborghini revenge arc, tracing this absolutely wild journey from building muddy farm tractors to defining the very concept of the modern supercar. I mean, really think about this for a second. What if I told you that one of the most powerful elite car brands on the face of the planet only exists because one angry customer felt ignored? Usually when we get bad customer service, we, leave a bad Yelp review or ask to speak to the manager. But this particular customer, he took his frustration, walked away, and decided to build an absolute empire just to prove a point. And yeah, as you might have guessed, that empire is Lamborghini. Chapter 1. The Ultimate Automotive Grudge. Let's take a trip back to a fateful moment in 1963.
To really get the DNA of these unbelievable machines, you have to look at the stark, almost comical contrast between two men. Over here, you've got Ferruccio Lamborghini. By 1963, he's a highly successful Italian businessman, but his fortune was built on something completely unglamorous. We're talking heavy, muddy, agricultural tractors. And on the other side, Enzo Ferrari, the established, untouchable king of sleek Italian sports cars. Now, Lamborghini actually owned a Ferrari, and he had a bone to pick with Enzo over the car's clutch mechanics. Enzo basically scoffed at him, totally dismissing and underestimating the tractor builder. Well, that single moment of arrogance from Ferrari lit the match. It sparked a bitter feud that essentially declared an all-out war, changing automotive history forever.
Section 2. Enter the 350 GT. This is where Ferruccio channels all that rejection into a literal physical counterattack. So he didn't just sit around complaining about building a better car, he actually went ahead and did it. The release of Lamborghini's very first car, the 350 GT, sent an absolute shockwave through the established automotive world. Keep in mind, this wasn't just some rough prototype or a cheap knockoff. It was fast, it was highly luxurious, and it was engineered from the ground up to go head-to-head directly with Ferrari. Literally overnight, the guy making tractors became a lethal competitor on the asphalt. Let's move to and see how this builds, because the evolution here is just remarkably rapid. In 1963, the company is founded out of pure frustration. Just 1 year later, 1964, the 350 GT drops and completely stuns the industry. And that momentum cascades right into the modern era with engineering marvels like the Aventador. It is a straight, continuous line from one spiteful idea to a legendary, enduring legacy.
Chapter 3. Engineering Pure Adrenaline. Because we have to talk about that aggressive design.
2.9 seconds. Lamborghini is known globally for their aggressive fighter jet styling, right? But the raw performance metrics are just staggering. The modern Aventador rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.9 seconds. Boom, it's a literal explosion of speed. That isn't just fast, that is engineering pushed to the absolute razor edge of real-world physics, designed to deliver pure, unadulterated adrenaline the absolute second your foot touches that pedal.
Chapter 4. The Cost of Luxury. Let's transition from raw speed to the elite exclusivity and, well, the financial reality of these machines.
And this brilliantly illustrates that kind of boundary-pushing performance definitely doesn't come cheap. Lamborghinis sit comfortably among the most expensive vehicles on the entire planet. The price tag for one of these masterpieces ranges from a baseline of around $200,000 all the way up to well over $1 million. You really aren't just paying for the engine here. You are paying the cover charge to enter an exclusive lifestyle, a global club of high-end city environments and elite showrooms. Chapter 5. A Global Powerhouse. Let's look at how this single Italian revenge project exploded worldwide.
So, how do you maintain that crazy level of exclusivity while still growing the business? Today, Lamborghini stands as one of the absolute top luxury sports car brands in the world. But there's a really fascinating corporate twist here. This fiercely independent, rebellious company, born strictly out of an Italian rivalry, is actually owned today by the massive Volkswagen Group. Crazy, right? Yet, despite being absorbed into this huge corporate family, Lamborghini has perfectly preserved its core identity. From tractors to supercars, it remains a lasting, undeniable symbol of power, passion, and rebellion.
Which brings us to our final thought. What could your biggest rejection inspire you to build? Ferruccio Lamborghini could have just, bought a different car and gone right back to making tractors. Instead, he took an insult from an arrogant rival and let it completely fuel the creation of an iconic global empire. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the things that frustrate us the absolute most can become the exact catalyst for our greatest achievements. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and hey, I hope you carry a little bit of that Lamborghini rebellion with you today.